Today, we are taking a day trip to the Catwalk Recreation Area, which is part of the Gila National Forest in New Mexico. The road getting here, we took Highway 180 from the south, going north. And that was super cool. We got beautiful views of the mountains. It was so awesome. The road to get to this catwalk area, 174, is quite a trip in itself. We got ourselves a good old-fashioned river crossings. Just love these. Ah, girl. Gosh darn it. Are you happy now?
A little better.
We arrived to the recreation area. It's 11 a.m. on a Saturday, January 28th, and there's like half a dozen cars here. There's a guy with a fishing pole, so he's going to fish. We are gonna start out with having lunch because we are hungry. Got my butane stove and my lunch, and I'm heading right over to this picnic area, which is super cool with these trees. All right, got lunch going today. Yeah, raviolis, one of our favorite meals in a super beautiful place. We are so lucky to have beautiful picnics in beautiful places. It is very sunny today, but don't let that fool you. It's currently 39 degrees. And if you look, there's a giant chunk of ice and icicles hanging from this log. We're all done with lunch, and so now we are going to put the stuff back in the truck and go start our hike. Funny thing is, everybody that was here has left, except the guy on the left, who he and his wife are fishing. So we, once again, will have the trail all to ourselves.
It is $3 to come to the catwalk area. There are numerous passes that are honored here. If you visit as many national park sites as we do, we highly recommend at least getting the America's Beautiful Pass. And if you happen to be 62 or older, just get the senior pass and it'll last the rest of your life.
Our journey today will consist of a half-mile walk to the end of the catwalk and then another half-mile back. In the 1890s, catwalks were built and they were just a catwalk, no side rails. And miners used to go into the canyon to mine for gold and silver. Later on, a different catwalk was built with sides, and then later on, a flood took that all out. And so now the catwalk we are on was built in 2012. Here we go to the catwalk. Wow, love it already. I'm gonna end up filming the whole half mile. It's so pretty. It's too bad the sun wasn't out yet, but it's super pretty with the shades still. There's a little mini waterfall underneath us. Wow, super cool. Got an icicle hanging down. So cool.
Good thing we drove 1,000 miles from Michigan to get to the warm New Mexico desert.
Wow. Good Lord. Huh. That's so cool. Our half-mile hike is almost to an end here, which I'm really disappointed because it's so awesome here and I'd love to continue. But the trail, I guess, got washed out from a flood, and so it's under construction for another few months. Look, some people. Well, next time when we come back, whenever that is, we can maybe see the rest of it. Super cool here. Alright, we're gonna begin our journey back. So now I'll film from the other direction. Here we go again. Don't like that. And we're done. So we are leaving the catwalk area, and now we are going to visit some boondocking options that are in the area. This is Bighorn Campground, which is basically across from 174, which is where the catwalk is. And I think that there are 5 sites here, limit of 14 days, and it's free. Looks like there's a tenter over here. And nobody else is here. 6 sites. Some of them are a bit small, but we could have made it work. Site number 1. Yeah, right next to the road. Plenty of space. We're now checking out the San Francisco Hot Springs dispersed camping. The road is like dirt and a little hilly, but I think it's okay. The road is a bit rutted, and this one I definitely, this is one that it would be a cool place to camp, but I would probably park my rig at the entrance and drive and scope out my site first before taking it down here. This spot right here would work if nobody's in it, I think. It's right by the trailhead, right before the trailhead. onto this little dirt road here. It's called FS 68 on iOverlander. 68. Looks like here's our first campsite. This little makeshift fire pit. A little rutted, but I think you can make out pretty fine. Has great views. Here's a second campsite. That one's also very easily accessible. Seems to be getting a little narrower and a little more curvy. Looks like there's a campsite down there in the trees. And it looks like somebody's here with this horse trailer. That's kind of cool. So we reached the end, which wasn't very far. We're not going to continue because it kind of looks like private property. So the first few sites I think are pretty easily accessible. There were a couple of good ruts in the road, so as normal, I would always prefer to drop and go scout my site or just taking my trailer willy-nilly down an unfamiliar path. So I forgot to check for the first two. I think the Bighorn Campground, I got decent cell service because it was near the town. San Francisco, I don't think I got good cell service. And this place, although it's super cool and I really like it here, it says I have 1 bar of LTE, but I can't even open the page to run the speed test. So I'm gonna say not a good place to work if you have Verizon.